Welcome, everybody. We are back here. It's Friday. It's 12 o'clock, and we are doing our show here live from the WeBeam Studios. And are we Hudson or Port Richey here?
Port Richey.
We're Port Richey?
We're in Port Richey.
You know what? The studio's great. WeBeam TV has been amazing. We basically said, let's do a show, and then well, let's do a quick half-hour show about the expo, and then said, well, why don't we start doing a live show again? And wouldn't you know it, there we go, Fridays at noon, we started doing this.
And here we are.
And we threw it together. We got some people with us. They say hello first. To my left, your right. Say hello to everybody.
How you doing?
You're not coughing, so that's a good sign.
That's right, I'm not coughing.
This man has been sick, let me tell you, but he's better now. He's good. He's getting back on the right track. You've been down, man.
Down. Never had something like this put me down like this.
What a season for this cold and everything. And then on my right, your left, say hello to everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Who are you?
I'm Thomas Dufour from Liquid Addiction Hydrographics.
Hydrographics, which means what? You deal with water?
I deal with water.
All right, I like that. We actually know you. We've done a lot of shows with you before. Back in the day when we were doing our show, we came to your place and did a live video of us hydro dipping stuff.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yes.
That was a lot of fun.
That
When
was
did we
probably
hydro
about
dip?
7, 8 years ago.
That was a minute. Yeah, like I said, John, we did this with John for a while, and then we took a break, and John moved around, and we got back together now. We're like, here we are. And Dan just made it into the house, so Dan Sullivan's going to be here. Dan's going to be talking about Wreaths Across America with attorney Fran Hosh. They went out there this past weekend. Was it this past weekend? It was the weekend, either this past one or one before, Wreaths Across America, and what an amazing, just heartfelt event. And a picture that Dan got of Fran kneeling down, putting a wreath. I mean, there's so much emotion in that picture. It's probably one of my favorite pictures of the year, just seeing, the caringness and just you'll see the picture because it's amazing. But let's talk with Tom for a second. You're here because, number one, you do this very cool hydro dipping stuff. Like, this one's pretty neat. I like this tank.
Yeah, that one's actually called Oil Slick.
That is cool. Now, if I remember correctly, now correct me if I'm wrong, you paint it, you have to put a base coat down, and then you put the film in the water, and it kind of sits on top. Maybe you should be saying this instead of me. How about that?
What you do is you base coat your part out. We use all automotive base coats, all automotive clear coat, sealers, everything. Once that base coat dries after, an hour or so, we'll take whatever film pattern we're going to use. There's thousands of patterns out there, from carbons, flames, skulls,
now, real quick,
wood grains.
Well, you talk about that. The film pattern looks like old school, like negative film, right? It's kind of like this real thin material.
It's on PVA paper. PVA paper dissolves when it lays on water. So what we'll do is, once we base coat that part, we'll cut the film off a roll. We'll set it in our water tank. It's just 93-degree tap water. After sitting on the water for 1 minute, we'll go ahead and spray an activator on it. It turns that film into a liquid, and then we take whatever part we have and we actually just dip it into the pattern all the way into the water, pull it back out, rinse it with hot water, dry it with air, and then clear over it.
So there's a lot of science, honestly, when it comes to this. If you think about, well, you take this film that's printed on this paper, you put it in the water, you spray an activator. That activator turns that film into a liquid. And then you have to, I mean, if you think about it, I mean, we can sit here and be like, well, bikers, we don't know science, but realistically, there's a lot of chemical reactions happening.
Yeah, it's pretty neat once you spray the activator on there, watch that film turn into a liquid.
See, that's the neat stuff. I remember that. I was like, how cool is this? It's just sitting there. You spray this thing down, and all of a sudden it's like, wait, now it's a liquid.
Now it's a liquid.
And when you put it in, you got to put it at a right angle because it doesn't stretch. And
yes,
there's a science.
There's a science behind the dipping
There is a science, and you can tell me no all day long, but I've tried to dip. My dip didn't come out as good as yours did. That's for sure. Remember that, Les? Remember how he was like, you got to put it. I mean, look, here's this. This is a shoe. Oh, he was just on it. Look at this. You can hydro dip. Now, you can hydro dip pretty much anything, right?
Yes, plastic, metal, fiberglass, wood, tile, stone, leather, glass, vinyl, tile, bone, ceramic, leather.
Helmets, tanks.
Helmets, yeah.
Anything in a car.
Automotive, furniture, wood, doesn't matter.
That is very cool, man. I think that's super neat. I mean, really, there's no end in it. And I would have guessed a lot of motorcycle and car parts. I would guess a lot of guns and firearms and bows and stuff like that.
Not a lot of bows. We've done bows. A lot of firearms. I just got done doing 2 firearms, actually. Working on a motorcycle. I'm building another shop bike for the expo.
Nice, for the expo.
For the expo. Hopefully I have it done.
So we're talking expo. You actually helped us with a bike that Bert's Barracuda gave us a bike this year and said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to give you a bike, and you guys are going to sell tickets for it. And I was like, okay, that's something different. We haven't done that. Let's see how it goes. But we put the bike in your hands, basically, and said, we don't know what to do. Why don't we give it to you, right?
That's pretty much how it went.
What kind of bike was it, Les?
2010 Road Glide.
2010 Road Glide.
Road Glide. I mean, it was an Ultra? I thought it was an Ultra.
Yes,
It was an Ultra. Yeah.
Road Glide Ultra.
Road Glide, yeah, because we had the tour pack on the back and everything.
Yes.
And then you said, okay, we're gonna fix this thing up. Tell everybody what you did to that bike, and hopefully we're gonna bring up some pictures here and show it off a little bit.
We started by stripping all the bodywork off of it. I sent the gauges out to Speedgate Customs. They put the Full Throttle logo in the
sorry.
gauges. Bless you.
Excuse me. Oh, that's not it. I wish.
Yeah. We know that bike.
The giveaway bike is the one with flames, and I sent you a couple pictures. There
it is.
I went ahead and painted everything yellow, hydro dipped it in what they called fiery depth skull pattern.
Fiery depth skull.
And then I did a black, faded into a black, cleared everything, and then we went and brought it over to James over at 666 Artistry in Hudson.
666 Artistry put some nice flames on there, to the point where people are like, is that your bike? And they think it's my bike, like the Fran bike, and I'm like, no, that's not the Fran bike.
We added stretch bags, LED lights, new grips, new mirrors, all kind of stuff. Rear fender extension.
One of my favorite things on this bike, I love the paint job, love everything you did. It's the dash. It's the logo in the dash, and you don't see that on a lot of bikes. I mean, a lot of people put a lot of things in there, but like the Dakota Digital, they take all that stuff, and it makes it really cool. But what you did is you took the Full Throttle logo and put it in the dash. What company was that did that?
Speed Gauge Customs. You can find them on Facebook.
It's very cool. So the Full Throttle logo, we were just talking when we were leaving here. They said, what happens if those gauges left that and went into the Fran bike, and then the normal gauges went in? I was like, no, we can't do that. It's too good looking in there. So somebody's going to win that bike. $10 for a ticket, or three tickets for 20. So $10 a piece, 3 for 20. I want to say we have about 400 or 500 sold, roughly.
Oh yeah, at least.
So we have 400 or 500 sold. We're only selling 5,000 tickets. So 5,000 tickets, if everybody buys 3, what is it, like 833 chance to win that bike for $10, $20? It's a good deal. We're going to be selling a lot of tickets at the expo itself. We're going to be, it's going to be out there. You're going to start seeing it at bike nights. We're Full Throttle Magazine is going to be back at Quaker Steak and Lube every Wednesday. So every month, every Wednesday in January, you're going to be able to see that leading up into February. Of course, the expo's the 5th through the 9th this year at Burt's Barracuda Harley Davidson. We're working with Quaker Steak and Lube this year, so a lot of bike parking over at Quaker Steak and Lube, some bike parking at Burt's Barracuda. We got side lots, we got all types of things going on. I mean, have you seen our band lineup, by the way?
Yes, I have.
What do you think about
that? I actually can't wait to go. I love doing the expo.
The expo's great. This year, we just put it over the top. Last year, I was looking, we had Lita Ford and Autograph and a lot of great 80s bands, and that's what we could afford before. And I said, you know what? Let's step our game up and really bring in a big name. And when Daughtry hit, I said, maybe it's not as biker-ish as I think, but let me tell you the response to people coming to see Daughtry. And then when we were finalizing, when we came up with Uncle Cracker and Buck Cherry, we were looking at, who was it initially we were looking at? What's her name, the country girl? Gretchen Wilson. We really tried to get Gretchen Wilson. I thought that would have been awesome. But, I mean, you're looking at it right there, everybody. Thursday is Buck Cherry. That's going to be Thursday night. Crazy Bitch. I mean, everybody knows Crazy Bitch. And they got a couple other really good songs out there. They do. Uncle Cracker, come on now. I mean,
everybody knows his music.
Uncle Cracker is just good listening music for a Friday night party. That's going to be awesome. And then, of course, Daughtry, just going to rock it out. Yeah. And I've been looking at some of his set lists and everything. And if you go on his website, you can see on his tour dates that they just got it up there for that. And you can buy tickets. So, Les, I'm going to shut up for a second. Tell everybody about the tickets in the free area, about the expo. Explain, because I want everybody to know that the expo is still free.
It is still free, 100% still free. So what we done was we took the whole property. Unlike last year, it was all open, there wasn't nothing there. This year, the property's about 75% of the way finished. So what we did was we took the back part where
all the white part you're seeing right there to the right in the middle.
The white part in the back, yes. That's last year. That's where all the trucks and trailers was. This year we moved the stage back there, and now that is a concert area. We've actually built and created an actual concert venue back there. We took all the vendors and everything, we've moved out front. We're going to break it down to One side's going to be a lot of your tents and things. The other side's going to be all your trucks, installers. That whole front section is
Installers as in wheels, fairings.
wheels, fairings, lights,
paint,
exhaust,
Oh, very cool.
handlebars,
Audio.
inner fairings, audio, a lot of stuff up there. But that whole front area is 100% free to see.
That includes the dealership.
That includes the dealership. It's free to go in the dealership. It's free to go to all the vendors, the food area, everything. It's all free up front. Now, if you want to go see the concerts at night, starting at 2 o'clock every day, the concert venue opens. We'll probably start letting people in right around 1 o'clock or so. So you can, there's a small charge to go back there. I think it's $20 a day, or Wednesday night and throughout the day Thursday, you can buy a 3-day pass for $45 to see all the concerts every day, $45 or $20 a day. I mean, you can't go see any of these bands for $45 just to see one.
We talked about somebody coming in Wednesday night, and then that we were looking at. A country artist was coming in Wednesday night to go to Janice, right?
Yes.
And we were looking, and when we looked at the tickets, I actually went on and I tried to go look and see what the pricing is. $48 just to go see J.B. Johnson.
Yes.
On a Wednesday night. $48 to go see one guy, when we're telling you 45 plus some fees and taxes and stuff like that. That's roughly, I think, 52 or something with the fees and taxes.
Yes.
But that's to see 3 bands, and honestly, it's more than 3 bands. You're talking 9 bands.
Yeah, because we've got all the opening acts and everything leading up to the.
Let's do one at a time. Wednesday night we're kicking off with Reverend Barry and the Funk. I knew I'd get him on that one.
Sure. Yeah.
Wednesday night we're kicking off with Reverend Barry. Thank you, Reverend Barry and the Funk, which very new band to what we've heard, but from what I've seen, they got a great response out there.
We seen them at Quaker Steak and Lube here about a month ago, and everybody was dancing, having a good time. Really enjoyed their music, so we thought, why not? Let's bring them over there.
So that's going to be a Morimoto sponsored kickoff party for the expo on Wednesday night with Reverend Barry and the Funk. Thursday, it's an evening show on Thursday as well. Thursday is going to be, Thursday's a great night. Jasmine Kane opening up for Buck Cherry. I mean, those are 2 fantastic bands. Jasmine's going to stage dive like she always does.
Always.
Jasmine's going to stage dive, and Buck Cherry's going to get up there and just rock the house. That's a Thursday night. I mean, do you know Friday? Are you on Friday? You got this?
Friday's Uncle Cracker.
Well, who's opening for Uncle Cracker?
See, Jeff Vitolo.
There you go. And the Beards?
The Beards and Uncle Cracker's Friday.
That's a good lineup that day, too. Jeff Vitolo is rockabilly.
Yes.
Jeff's been a good friend of Full Throttle Magazine, our family, for a long time. He's opening up for the Beards, and the Beards are opening up for Uncle Cracker. Come on now. That's a day right there. That's going to be a party night. I mean, I don't know if you're going to be able to make it. You're going to have to wait till, Saturday at 2 o'clock to come in to recoup.
Yeah, absolutely.
Saturday we got Fade to Grace, which I haven't seen. You're telling me that so we brought her in, Fade to Grace with Bobby Friss and then of course Daughtry. Daughtry just was on. Anybody see this, by the way? If you're on this commenting, Daughtry was just on The Masked Singer. He was the Rottweiler.
Yes.
I mean, you're talking national TV. This guy's still doing stuff out there. Everybody's like, oh, I haven't heard these bands. I'm like, you haven't heard these bands. He just released a new song, last month, 2 months ago? And now he was a Rottweiler on The Masked Singer.
And that new song's actually number 8 in the top 40 countdown. Just listened to it 2 days ago.
I believe it's As You Are. It's a really good song. I mean, I definitely like Daughtry. I'm super excited. Been listening to a lot of his music. Going to be great. Who are you excited about seeing?
All the customers I'm going to talk to.
I like this one. This guy's got a good answer right there. He's like, everybody who wants a piece done, that we can make it happen for,
So we've laid this out also. Now he says that all the sponsors kind of has their own general areas. So come by the sponsor row, come in, talk to Tom. He can hook you up and show you everything that he does, and he'll be right there with us, along with the airbrush that did the airbrushing on it. He'll be right beside him, so we'll be all right there together.
666?
Yes. I love doing shows and talking to people. I absolutely love explaining this process to them.
Well, because people walk by and they go, oh, look, it's carbon fiber. And you're like, no, it's not carbon fiber.
Or I go, is this a wrap?
Yeah.
It's not a vinyl wrap.
I guess you're right. What is the difference? I mean, the wrap is going to be, I know the difference. Wrap is a sticker, basically, that goes over the top.
Yes.
But this is like a film
that
kind of goes over, so
and then it all gets clear coated.
Kind of like it, huh? I mean,
well, no, it's automotive paint, automotive clear. I'm just doing a pattern in between the base coat and the clear coat. So you wash it and wax it like you normally would your bike, your car, or whatever.
How many do you have? How many patterns? Do you know?
I carry about 250, but there are literally thousands. There's one company that carries over 10,000 patterns.
10,000
Yes,
patterns?
yes.
What's the lifetime on it? Because that's a good question John brought up in my ear just now. He goes, have you had anybody come in where it's faded and needed to be redone?
We've only had one customer come in about 8 years ago. He had a candy color that faded. Candy colors fade in the sun. It's a given.
It's Florida.
It's
Everything
Florida.
fades in the sun
Yes.
here. People fade in the sun here in Florida.
So
Everything. I mean,
we ended up redoing the bike for nothing.
really?
Yeah.
Is there a warranty on them or anything?
I
like
do a
that?
2-year warranty on all my labor
Oh.
and my workmanship.
That's not bad. I know when I have a wrap truck. Everybody knows
Yeah.
the full throttle wrap truck, and they don't warranty anything from 90 degrees to the sun because I mean it's Florida.
Oh, yeah,
I mean they're like,
Florida.
yeah, we can't warranty something that just gets beat by the sun every day. I said, yeah. Okay, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt on that because the sides are decent, but anything on top that sits towards that sun is just
So,
gonna
they beat up.
And nobody's leaving a bike outside, I don't think. I mean, if
No.
you are, you're leaving it,
No.
you're covered. So, I mean, anything on a bike is going to stay a lot longer than
Oh yeah,
I think something else.
I've had Melissa's bike's been done 6 years.
Really?
Her Sportster, and it looks brand new.
Do you do a lot of clear over it, or is it more of a?
I do 3 coats of clear,
Okay.
and then after a few days of drying, I sand it down with 1,000 grit, and I put 2 more coats of clear on top of that.
Oh, so you're not feeling any of that underneath
No.
it. So
Oh
it's-
no.
I've seen a lot of your bikes done with this hydro dip, and it's becoming a thing. I mean, it
Oh, yeah.
really is becoming a nice way to do something different to your bike. That's not a paint. That's not a and the process is a lot faster.
It's a lot faster, and it's about probably a quarter of the cost of doing airbrush.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
But I like the mixture, like on our bike. If you bring up our bike again, the giveaway bike, you could see that the flames, and when we talked, I said, I want something different. You could see that we did the hydro dip on the bottom, the flames to break to a flat black, or a straight black, and I like that. I think
Yeah.
it's not, I think some pieces that are fully done, it's too much.
Yes.
And I think you could agree with that
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
You know, some pieces, when it's a full hydro dip, you know, Teddy James got his, his bike done, right? Is that?
Yes.
Yeah, but that's a full dip. It's almost too much at times. It's like, okay, wow, that's really overwhelming. But when you break it up like you did here on that bike, where the bottom's got the skull pattern, then you got the flames breaking up, then you got the black, gloss. It's like,
Yeah.
it looks good.
I like doing bikes with at least 2 colors, a solid color and the hydrographics.
I look at
Now,
that bike, it's
I
crazy.
just seen that
somebody's
picture
gonna win
there. He also had the seat done.
Yes.
We pulled the seat completely apart. What is that, like a velour or something that's on there?
It's suede.
Suede. Yeah. Very
Suede
nice.
in the middle, suede and leather.
It's a good looking bike, and everybody that's walked by it looks at it and goes, wow, you can win that bike for $10, guys.
$10?
I want to relay that message again. You can win that bike for $10. And I talked to Bert's and I said, you're going to have to pay tax, tag, and title. They said, no, you win it, I think. I mean, if you got a plate, you don't have to, you're going to have to do a little something probably with Bert's, but when you win that, see, look at that, $10. That's insane that you can win a bike for $10. Hell, we gave a
Really
bike
is.
away for free last year.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it isn't that insane. I mean, we gave a bike away last year, but for $10 to win a bike like that. Now, to talk about Bert's real quick, I don't want to throw, but they're doing that square thing again.
Yes, I just seen that yesterday.
Have you heard about this?
I haven't heard that.
So Bert's is doing a square thing for the Super Bowl. They're giving away a trike, a brand new trike,
Really?
a 2020 or 2019, brand new
Beautiful.
trike. Now, the squares aren't cheap; they're $300 a square. But for $300 to win a trike, that's a pretty good deal.
I'd rather take $10 and win the Expo bike.
I would be rather as well. I mean, it's already a custom bike, painted, seat, gauges. We were talking about air ride, but we didn't do that. We did some lighting in there. It's
LED lights. We upgraded the speakers in the fairing. We've done a lot to it.
See, I want to thank this guy because what you don't know is he put a lot of his own personal stuff in here. And he's like, I really want this to be a cool giveaway. And he's like, well, I just took my bike apart and put most of the stuff I had on my bike because he's going to redo something, right? And
Yes.
you gave us a lot of your
Yes.
personal stuff, which is awesome because, I mean, if it's your personal stuff, it's got to be amazing already. So we were super excited to see when we saw the bike how cool it looks and what it came out, when it looked like when we got it.
Oh, it was
It was
needed work.
it was. They gave us a bike, that's for sure.
Yeah,
they just
yeah,
put,
they gave us a bike.
to say that. But they knew what we were going to do with it. We weren't looking for a perfect bike. We were looking for a bike that needed some love.
Some work.
Because that's what we were going to do. We were going to put some love into it and give it a whole facelift and everything. And now, I mean, it's got some miles on it, but nothing that's, I mean, it's a Harley. It's
for
just broken
$10.
in.
Yeah.
It's just broken in,
Yeah.
man. It's just started. A Harley life, as long as you take care of that engine, it'll go forever. Okay, so what else are we going to talk about? I know I put a schedule up there. We were talking about the schedule for the bands and everything, Thursday night, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm thinking we're going to change a few things this year. Maybe we're going to do the bikini contest on Friday night
instead of
Saturday, just because there's going to be so much hubbub around Daughtry coming in, and I don't want to kind of muddy the waters with that pre-show with Daughtry. So, by the way, we're talking about Saturday, we had that, and Sunday we have 22N and Greg Billings.
And Greg Billings, yeah.
22N's a heck of a band, man. They're I've seen them play a lot of places.
One thing we didn't, I was talking about the $20 per day or $45 for the 3-day ticket, but one thing I need to mention is our VIP area this year. The VIP area is going to be absolutely fantastic. Bourbon on Main stepped up and sponsored the VIP. They're going to do all kinds of great food. Right now we're kind of discussing they're going to do a lunch or a dinner. We're going to do a buffet style the whole time. It's going not like last year. This is going to be very, very nice VIP, and I think the word's out about that because watching the ticket sales for the VIP, they're going fast. If you want a chance to be up front with all these bands and have your own bathroom, eat, beer, everything for 3 days up front seating, the whole 9 yards, you get it all with these bands.
I'm going to tell you right now, sitting here looking at you, if you guys are watching, VIP is going to sell out. I'm going to tell you right now.
There's no doubt it's
There's
going
no
so
doubt
fast.
VIP is going to sell out. It's going to be, again, I'm going to say possible meet and greet because the bands are very sometimes picky about how they do meet and greets and stuff like that. We're going to do everything I can to have a meet and greet, at least for a few minutes for everybody. But you're going to have free food, free drink, up front, seats. It's definitely going to be the way to go. If you're going to be there for 3 days, it's food, alcohol, seating, up front, meet and greet, goodie bag. It just goes on and on. You're going to get everything with that. So, I mean, again, 3 days there, $200. You're going to spend that if you're going to eat and drink anyway. I mean, you're going to pull $200 out for two of you. I mean, for $400, you're going to eat, drink, meet, get pictures, all that good stuff. That will sell out. I'm not even going to I'm not saying this just to try and make you guys scared or whatnot, but they're going fast.
Yeah, they're going
because we only have 300 tickets in a VIP. We didn't, so it's not for everybody. It's not something we're going to, mass sell out and make it bigger if we don't. No, it's 300 people, and when it's out, right?
All right.
So that's going fast. 3-day passes are very hot commodity too. The 3-day passes to see Buck Cherry, Uncle Cracker, Gretchen, and Daughtry. Oh, I started saying Gretchen Wilson. To see Daughtry.
One thing we don't mention too, also with the VIP, it gives you a chance to actually hang out and see our sponsors, because all the sponsors, that's part of their sponsorship package. They get VIP tickets, but it gives everybody a chance to sit there and actually meet the sponsors and meet some of the people in the community,
which is neat. And the 3-day pass comes with that mug. We're working with Gibtown Bike Fest. That happens in January. Gibtown Bike Fest and Full Throttle Magazine. We got they're going to make a mug, and it's a refillable mug. I want to say 14 ounce, and it's going to have our Expo on one side and Gibtown on the other. So when you go to Gibtown and you buy that mug, you get $3 refills. I think I'm not sure 100%. Don't hold me to that one. But for us, it's going to be $3 refills. And you're going to be able to do that at Quaker Steak and Lube as well. So if you get your mug at Gibtown, you could bring that to the Expo and get that full. Now, if you want it, if you buy the 3-day pass, you're going to get the mug and I think a little goodie bag for that with that. But you're going to be able to buy that mug and do refills as well. $3 drafts, not bad. $3 drafts.
No.
So I was going to say, go to a concert and go ask for $3 drafts.
Yeah,
Go to a baseball game and go try and get a less than an $8 beer. I mean, that ain't even happening. This is what we're trying to get to, people. If you go to events, look around, pay attention. This is what we do on the backside. We look at what prices are. I remember going to, was it the Seafood Festival? And drinks were like $9 a beer. And I'm like, what? $9 for a beer? I get it, but that's $9 for a case. I mean, you're $4 for a beer. Yes, it's got to be right around there. $5, $6, $7 for a beer. That starts getting up there. We're going to have alcohol at the event. We're going to have beer. We're talking with the Budweiser people right now and the Coors people and all that stuff. See who's going to work with us. But everything's coming together. It's going to be a huge event. Great bands, tons of vendors, tons of food trucks. What else we got? We got entertainment.
We got a guy that does fire stuff. We've got the girls with all the stilts. They're going to do the hula hoop stuff. They're going to do the shot girls. We've got so much stuff. The list goes on and on and on.
One of the major things people come to see is the Bike Builder Invitational. This year we have stepped it up from $20,000 to $30,000. We're one of the largest cash prize bike shows in the United States. Now I say one of because I've heard rumblings that there's something in California where it's a $30,000 invite only like 5 or 6 bikes and they got to ride it. I haven't seen much about that. Do you know any other shows that are $30,000 payout? I don't know many other
Usually
shows.
Usually it's $100.
Huh?
Usually it's $100.
If you're lucky, it's $100.
If you're lucky.
Yeah.
This year, we're $30,000, which means $10,000 and a custom trophy from Morgan's Garage and a big check, and everybody's getting one of the Full Throttle watches and a ring and, and the $10,000 right there for Best in Show. Each class is a $3,000 breakdown.
I'm going to have to step up my game.
I'm telling you, each class, look at that watch. How cool is that? So each class this year is a $3,000 payout. So $1,500 for first, $1,000 for second, $500 for third. Third place pays $500. When was the last time you heard of a bike show that third place pays $500?
Never.
That doesn't happen. That's why we're trying to step the game up. We want this in the beginning of the year to be the biggest show there is to go to. It's before Bike Week, so you can get your stuff together. You get your bikes out there, get them ready. Those rings are just gorgeous.
fantastic.
We're looking at a little behind, but those rings are gorgeous. You have Gibtown, you have us, you have Thunder by the Bay, then you have Bike Week. And I want our show to be the biggest. Get your bikes ready for the Florida Motorcycle Expo, then take them to Bike Week right after. That's the game plan of everything,
And the word is out, too, that we're doing this across the country, Canada, Hawaii. We've got bikes coming from everywhere this year.
We are international this year. That
We
is
are
very
international,
true. We have 2
full-blown
bikes coming from
international.
Canada, so we can call it international, right? So, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, we'll go with it. Listen, we call it whatever we want. I mean, we got international bikes coming. We think we're pretty cool. Last year, the guys that came from Hawaii were pretty neat. We met them in Vegas. They left their bikes in October. They left their bikes. They flew back in. They rode their bikes over from Vegas to the show. That was one stop. One stop.
Yeah, one stop.
They were awesome dudes, and they had a lot of fun. I saw them again in Vegas when we went. Oh, you owe money. Oh. You owe money. That's it. Whoever forgets to turn their ringer off, that's $1. Pay up. There's always somebody who forgets to turn their phone off. You know what I mean?
Always.
Always somebody. That's too funny. You're going to turn that off now. I thought it was $5, John. I thought we increased it for the biker community.
Sorry.
All right,
Okay.
Dan, about ready
Sorry.
here?
All right, so what we're going to do is we got something. John, we got a break we can play real quick? We're going to play a quick break. We're going to bring Dan Sullivan in. Dan Sullivan, again, we talked to Dan, it's a man, is going to come in, and he's going to talk about wreaths across America. So we're going to play a quick break. We will be right back. We're back and we switched it out. We got Dan, It's a Man Sullivan. How are you, sir? He wants to punch me because it's his nickname. We love it. You know, everybody that watches this show, if you're a biker, you know you don't get to pick your nickname, Dan. I have Chief Cupcake. What would you like? Would you prefer
I'd rather
Chief
be
Cupcake?
a sweet cupcake than
Dan, It's a Man? Well, I mean, we all don't get drunk.
I mean, and it's based on false information, so none of us were there.
Well, Hawk was there.
Yeah, Hawk
No,
was
he was
there.
not. He was at the other end of the bar. If he was there, he would have been a better wingman. He was a horrible wingman.
All right, we got 5.5 minutes on this video. I want to get this played. Lead up to what he's going to play here real quick. You went to Wreaths Across America. Talking to that camera, tell us before we play that video.
Yeah, absolutely. So me and my wife had the honor to join Fran and some of her co-workers to go out to Bushnell, to the National Cemetery there. And it was a extremely humbling experience. It was a little wet and cold in the morning, and I had some bikers that didn't join me in the ride because it was a little too cold for them. But it wound up being a beautiful day. The weather cleared up. Couldn't ask for nicer sunshine. Temperature was perfect. And we roll up and we get there. I got there early because there was some large rides that were going to be attending, and I wanted to get there before. So I pulled in. Drove around the cemetery. You know, you have fields and fields of headstones, and they're all just either like a cement or marble. It was white and gray that we were able to see as we drove through. I had been there before, but it was the first time actually seeing the whole facility like that. So I get escorted to an area. We get off the bike and we're walking, trying to find where the ceremony is going to be at because I don't know where the things are going to be hosted at. And I actually run into a gentleman, Randy, who is one of the co-founders, and his friend was also the co-founder. And Randy told me the story that his friend has been at the cemetery now for 5 years. He was actually one of the front headstones that we were able to go walk over. John, I believe you got a picture of the headstone with a reef on it. And the two of these gentlemen founded the Wreaths Across America for Bushnell. Tony had the benefit of actually going to see the farm, I guess, where the trees are.
Yeah, I got to go up there with Fran. She brought us up to Maine because it's by where they live up in Maine, and I'm telling you, just humbling. Look at that. That is a picture right there that I don't know how to. I mean, it fills you with emotions. There's no words. There's, you know, those people died for us to have the freedom we have today, and that's just, it's tough.
Yeah,
it's tough.
So this was the scene when we got there. Then the 18-wheelers roll up with the motorcycle escort. There was just hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands, of bikes. And then these 18-wheelers were staged throughout the cemetery, and people basically lined up in the back of these 18-wheelers to...
oh my gosh.
Yeah, you can see the crowds there.
Wow.
And they wound up lining up, waiting for the doors to open so that they could each grab a wreath and go place them on a headstone throughout the cemetery. And I know there was at least 4 18-wheelers that were in my sight. I know that there were more throughout the cemetery. And I had the pleasure of meeting the co-founder and also seeing the grave of the other co-founder. But it was a somber experience. You had all different walks of life. You had Boy Scouts out there. You had military personnel. You had, the bikers were out there in full force. And there was just, all of these people are just waiting to grab a wreath so that they can go put it out and honor the men and women that gave all for us. Man, this is some great video. I mean, this is overwhelming to me just sitting here watching it. This is the first I've seen it since and we're just sitting here kind of watching it with you guys right here. And Wreaths Across America, they go out there and, you're talking hundreds and hundreds of acres up in Maine, and they prune, I forget what they called it, and I can't remember, clipping, maybe? Right.
It was called clipping, and they take a few branches off of a certain area, and they do certain areas, and they make millions of wreaths. Millions. This doesn't just happen at Bushnell.
So
this happens
here at Bushnell. There were 35,000 wreaths, but this is happening all over the country. So it's and as we get towards the end of this story, it was kind of sad to us. Me and my wife, as we were done, the ceremony was over, and we were driving through the cemetery, and you saw fields and fields that had reefs on them. But then as you turn the corner and we start to pass more of these fields, there were no reefs. So even the 35,000 reefs that were there on site still was not enough to fill the cemetery.
Wow.
So there were a lot of graves that did not have a reef on them. And
Oh,
I'm
like
sure
that.
that's something that each year it grows, and the goal
We
is...
need to make a bigger goal, get a wreath on every.
We got to get
every
more
stone there.
donations so that more reefs can be purchased, so that they can be placed on these headstones for sure. It would be, an amazing to see all of the headstones.
Dan, that's a powerful piece. That picture you have of Fran kneeling and putting that
Oh,
wreath
that's
on
fantastic.
has probably moved me more than any picture I've seen in all year long. That right there,
Yeah,
look
right
at
there, look at
this.
that.
This picture right here says so much. Look at her face.
Yeah.
And look at her. Look at that. I'm trying not to break through and get a little sniffly here and get a little teary-eyed, but
It's tough.
I mean, look at that. That right there. That woman does so much for everything.
Yeah.
And she took time out of her life and her family to go up there and place that wreath. And she's done so much for this Wreaths Across America and to get the word out there. And I mean, there's so much emotion in that picture right there, and just who she is as a person, what she represents. I mean, Attorney Fran Hashi, attorneys are attorneys. Nobody, thinks attorneys are great people because they always cost a lot of people money, and they're always there in the bad times. You never have an attorney in a good time,
Yeah.
Fran is there, good, bad, and different. She's, with Full Throttle, she's family.
Family.
That's family right there. And there's, a lot of people say that, but that woman right there does so much good for the community. I've watched her walk through bike nights and hand out gift cards knowing people don't have money, don't have the means.
So Jack is the second co-founder of Reefs Across America for Bushnell.
Wow. Tough, man. Tough day. Had to be very, very tough up there. At the same time you were doing this, we were out doing the
You had
St.
the
Joseph's
toy run.
Children's Hospital
Yes.
toy run. And we didn't have a big turnout because we knew we had to change it. We initially had it on a day where the Bucks had a
Right.
football game. So we go, okay, let's do it this day. Wait, we can't do it. The Bucks are going to close down the street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we go, okay, let's do it this day. So then we were up against Wreaths Across America, and they closed down MLK the way we normally go that day because there was a big bridge being put up.
Oh.
So we had to find a new way to go last minute. But here's what else stinks. We went to St. Joseph's Children's Hospital, and we had almost $1,100 in toys in a trailer, and we had maybe 30, 40 bikes there. But this was the first donation they received all year. This at St. Joseph's Children's Hospital, which is known for handling,
Right.
the higher end, I guess you want to say the
More critical.
more critical. Thank you very much. This was her first donation, and I was like, she told me this as we're dropping off. I said, God, I wish I would have known that a little more. I would have pounded the streets more and got more for you. You know what I mean? So it's tough. I want to say Amy and her husband.
Greg.
Amy and Greg are out there getting some more stuff for him. I know she's been texting me, and she's putting a call out there to people saying, hey, we need more for this hospital. They need more stuff for the kids. So Amy's got some kind of surprises up her sleeves. That woman has a lot of surprises
lot
up
of
her
stuff
sleeve.
going on.
She is she's amazing when it comes to collecting for hospitals and stuff like that. So I know she's out there doing good stuff. Amy and Greg, they're getting stuff together right now. Let's see. Where are we at? We got some other stuff
Then
to
we
talk
had
about.
the Suncoast Brotherhood toy run. That we
What
did
a
on
monster event!
Sunday.
Oh man, we had some pictures on our Facebook page. I didn't prep John for that one, so I don't know if we can get any pictures off of that. But that was the biggest run.
Oh, the weather was perfect.
Oh.
The crowd was huge. They've got, I guess the manager wound up on top of the Walmart and took a shot of the full
Did
crowd. of
anybody
all the
see that shot?
motorcycles. Yeah.
I didn't see that shot yet, but that was pretty amazing. Yeah, we're sitting up there. We saw a guy on top of the Walmart. Now they moved it. This is the second year it's been at the original location where it would take off before, at the Coachman Walmart, right?
Yeah, this is the second year at Walmart. Before that was at the Kmart.
We don't know numbers. What was your estimation on bikes there? What do you think? Give a good round number.
1,800.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had to be. I mean, there was so many bikes there, so many people. It went back. We went and got some eating. They were just flowing in. I mean, it is the biggest ride in this area. That one and the Burt's ride. Those are the two big ones that happened. There's a million events. The Vietnam Vets put one on that starts at Derby Lane. We put ours on. There's a lot of great rides that all go to good causes. But that Brotherhood one, man, is just, it's a nice short ride, goes through downtown Dunedin.
Yeah, that was pretty neat,
You end up
going
with
right down the middle
VFW,
of Main Street in Dunedin.
and Dunedin's not, it's a small little town. It's to go right through the middle of downtown, man. You clog that up.
Oh, we shut it down.
You shut that down for, I want to say, God, a good 30 minutes.
Oh,
I mean,
it had to
people
be
were
a
coming
half
out
hour
from
plus.
everywhere.
Yeah.
There was bikes coming down that road for a minute, that's for sure. And then the end just gets so worked up. They got stages and bands and vendors and all that good stuff. So that was awesome. So we're getting towards the end. Christmas is right around the corner. We're not going to are we going to do one next Friday? John, are you around next Friday to do a show? Nerd Talk's on? We're on. If Nerd Talk runs, by the way, Nerd Talk today, I'm gonna Nerd Talk here for a second. John, have you seen it or what?
Yes, he saw it. He said he's going again.
You saw it? Oh, God, he just said it's awesome. I have to wait for my daughter, so I'm super excited. It's the end of a saga. Okay, I am born on May 4th. Do you know any presents? No?
May the 4th be with you.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. My birthday is Star Wars Day.
Dun-dun-dun.
Les is no nerd. This guy doesn't understand. I think Dan's more of a nerd than I am. He got kids, so.
My kids actually, while I was working at Stottlemeyer's last night, texted me they were going to see it.
Oh,
They could
man,
not
so
wait
many
for
see
me.
it.
I'm
I
a
do
little
not want to
upset.
hear. Listen, I don't even care if people spoil it. It's going to be amazing. I'm probably going to go see it 3 or 4 times, John. So I mean, I got to wait for
John's
my
going
daughter
tonight
though.
for his second.
Oh man, that's. So I was watching your Nerd Talk the other day about some of the movies coming out. There's some great movies, John. A little bit. Do you have a plug for Nerd Talk TV? Can you put that up here or something like that? Because if you're a nerd and you like some of this stuff, I'm throwing them on a chance here. I want to say it's Friday nights at 7 o'clock, and they do all the Nerd Talk, and it's a great show. If you like nerd stuff like Marvel and anime and you just name it, it has to go with it. And Batman and DC Comics, even though nobody likes DC Comics, I'm more of a Marvel guy. I know John's gonna come at me.
He hasn't chimed in yet.
He's always Superman or Batman. So I like Deadpool too. You like Deadpool?
Yeah, I like Deadpool.
Deadpool is funny. All right, I went nerd for a second. I apologize. I did go nerd for a second, but I'm a solid
Hey,
nerd.
nerds can ride motorcycles too.
That's right. That's right. Hey, nerds build a lot of cool motorcycles. Let's just put it that way. I know some people who built motorcycles. I'm like, not the guy I would picture making a motorcycle, but pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tom knows, right? Do they have a Star Wars? Do they have a Star Wars hydro dip? I mean, that's my next question.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
All right. Uh-oh.
I'm thinking a Stormtrooper
Oh,
bike would be.
Listen. Oh, John's got a big yellow Hummer, and we can do that as a Stormtrooper. We can make it. I know. I've seen a Stormtrooper.
Will that fit in the tank?
I've seen a Stormtrooper bike before, actually, out there. It's a white bagger with nice, extended bags, and he's got the Stormtrooper on the side. Pretty cool. Boy, we went nerd there real quick, didn't we? Listen,
Well,
I'm
it's Star
excited to go
Wars.
see Star Wars. Today's Star Wars Day, so every year around my birthday in May and around December they're doing this release. I know Solo was Solo the last one before this? I'm not sure. Solo was the last one before this when you saw Darth Maul come back.
Yeah.
So yeah, Les is like, I'm not gonna.
You don't watch Star Wars at all?
Les is like, what's going on here?
I mean, it's a must watch.
So what else is coming up towards the end of the year? I know biker-wise, we have Christmas, of course, coming. We have the December 29th football game with the Bucks.
Yes.
So that's going to be a lot of fun. So the Bucks have opened up. They do this every year with I believe it's a game. It's the Atlanta Falcons, so it's a conference game.
Yes.
Which, you know what? I've been the biggest critic on Jameis Winston more than anybody. That dude he just doesn't. He's got a short memory.
Poor decision making.
He does, but you know what? He did back-to-back. He's the first ever quarterback to throw 450 back-to-back.
Yeah, back-to-back.
I mean, 450. Oh, yeah, I mean, he doesn't have any. All we got is Perryman now, or, everybody's hurt because they don't stretch. But the fact that he went back-to-back 450 games, first quarterback ever to do that, I got to be a little bit more on his side and maybe, so he throws an interception. He's a gunslinger. I'd rather have a gunslinger than a handoffer, just to hand it off to a quarterback or running back every time. I mean,
yeah.
Don't you agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
I know we're all over the place here now. We're off the biker world.
What else we got?
It's all related.
It
Should
is.
mention New Year's Eve night. Try to get things going here. New Year's Eve night. Come down to Ferg's in St. Pete. Hang out with us for a little bit. We're going down for the Brian Howell Bad Company concert.
Okay.
New Year's Eve night. That's going to be a lot of fun.
So, Full Throttle Idol, we want to bring
Full
that
Throttle
up.
Idol, yeah, we need to
Full
talk
Throttle
about that
Idol.
again.
So here it is, everybody. There, right there. We want you to video yourself singing a song from one of the 3 bands, Buck Cherry, Uncle Kracker, or Daughtry. That gives you plenty. They're probably, I mean, they all got great albums,
yeah,
but you know, they're big ones if you want to do. But we want you to video yourself or go to a karaoke bar, do one of those songs, and then post it on Facebook using the hashtags below. You can see the hashtags below. It's, you know, tag us at FLFTMag or do hashtag FTExpo2020. We're going to be looking for those videos. We're going to be looking for that hashtag. So what we're going to do is whoever gets the most likes on their video, and we see that, and we, you know, I guess, it's like February 1st, you're going to win 2 VIP tickets.
That's right.
And again, that's a finite number of VIP tickets because we only have 300.
Right.
So to offer 2 of those tickets out is pretty big deal. It's not like we're just handing those out to hand them out to anybody. But Full Throttle Idol, we want to see you sing. We want to see your rendition of their songs. I mean, those are
Hey,
gonna
the
be
good news is employees aren't eligible, so you guys don't have to hear me sing.
Listen, what song would you do?
I have no idea. When it comes to music, I just listen to it. I don't know who sings what.
It's Raining Men is not one of the songs, so we can't do that.
Village People.
Village People. I can do YMCA. How's it go? MCA.
Wow, that was tough. That was a spelling competition
Yeah.
with them.
No, I cannot.
No, you can't do
I
it.
can't remember the words. Now, my wife can remember the words, but she can't sing. Poor thing. The dogs go running.
Les, what song would you sing if you had one of those 3 bands? Don't go crazy, bitch. I'm not going to let you do that one.
I was going to say Crazy Bitch.
I know
you know
were.
my track
Listen,
record.
I know. Well, yes. Maybe Crazy Bitch would be more up your alley. I don't know.
Used to be.
I'd probably pick a Daughtry song.
I was thinking
and then
both
just
of
tear
you
it apart.
could sing it together, do a duo.
I would probably just tear apart a Daughtry song just for fun. But Uncle Kracker, I don't know. You could get away with an Uncle Kracker song.
Yeah,
Well, I think
probably.
you guys need to make demos so people understand what they're supposed to do.
All right.
and
We'll
how to
ask.
post it.
Should we pick?
No.
Yes.
Yes,
So
we
here's
all
the,
pick a-
this is
we
not
all
a
have-
no.
we all have to
I
pick
wanna
a
know.
song
So
and
here's
post
the
the
thing.
video.
If you're watching, even on a replay, I want you to pick below. Les is going to sing a song. I want you to pick Les's song. All right. So here's what we want you to do. We want you to pick a song for each of us
Nope.
from our 3. Yeah. Oh yeah. There's no Les.
Nope.
So we want you to pick a song. I want to see what song you want to pick for Dan. You can pick a song for me, and you can pick a song for Dan and Les. So we want to see who you would like us to sing and what song it is. And we'll come in next, you know what? Next show. We want to see who you want. Next show, we're going to do a little karaoke version of our songs here. John, can we do that? I got a hell yes in my ear, so we're going to do that.
Well, wait
In
a
fact,
minute. I
do
think
we
John
have
has.
no-
I heard
think
him.
John
do we have
has to
strobe
do
lights
one,
and
too.
I want
Disco
to
ball.
rock this thing. John can sing. Ooh, John, are you going to join us, John? Maybe backup. I like it. Johnson will sing too. That's it. Next Friday, it's going to be the Friday after Christmas. We're singing. We're going to duet in this son of a gun. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we're going
Why
to come
didn't I
in here.
go away for Christmas?
Dan, It's a Man's going to sing It's Raining Men.
I'm starting to feel
That
sick
is not
again.
one of the bands that's
Sick again.
playing at the
Les,
expo.
I'm starting to get sick again, he says. So we want to know what songs you want us to sing. So you're going to pick our songs, okay? You, the crowd watching right now, and I'm going to boost this like crazy so everybody sees this video. We want to know what songs you want us to sing. Look at Tom's over there picking right now. He's like, oh, I got a song. He's like, well, I got to see who Daughtry sings.
Now I got to
see
start
Buck
watching some YouTube videos to see what they sing.
Oh, we'll have it prepped. I'll have the, we'll get the karaoke
I mean, really, the
version.
only song that I can sing from start to finish is probably Somewhere Over the
Birthday?
Rainbow. Somewhere over the rainbow. Yeah.
Oh, see, that's not bad.
That's
Hold
it.
on,
I
that
think-
wasn't.
no,
Listen,
I could
as
actually
bad as
probably
you just said you are, that
I
wasn't
can-
that bad.
No, I could probably sing it's remembering the words.
Oh well,
but I can't.
we'll have the karaoke version up. So you
All
can.
right.
Les,
Nope.
what do you mean nope?
Yes, you don't have an option.
Yeah, you don't have. Listen, the I have spoken. Oh wait, that's from Mandalorian.
Yeah.
I have spoken. So that's how it's going to be.
I was
You're going
told
to
you
sing a
have to
song
see that before, and I didn't watch it.
before this.
You have
Do we
to
have
see
to
it.
see the Mandalorian before? Oh,
I was
no,
told
that's
yes.
a no. Not at all.
Oh.
I started watching Mandalorian when I was getting tattooed.
That's what I heard
so,
yesterday.
Baby Yoda's awesome, but it's not
love-
Baby Yoda. I know.
love Baby-
I understand.
How is it not?
Huh?
How is it not Baby
It's after
Yoda?
the time frame. There's time frames in this stuff, Dan.
Well, I know it's not Baby
you're- if
Yoda.
you're a
It's a
nerd, you
different
gotta
Yoda,
know.
but it is a baby.
It's the same species.
Okay, what's
It's-
the
and
species?
it's 50, by the way.
What's the species?
They live to be 1,000, so it's like only you know.
But what's the species?
What is the species of Yoda? Nobody knows. It's up in the air.
So it's Baby Yoda.
There's only been two Yodas before this one, right? Isn't that right? And Yodette, yeah, so.
Yodette, there's a Yodette.
Yes. Yeah, she's in 5 minutes of a series. So again, there's a whole. If you're not into it, just you just stop talking because yodel. You're right. I thought it was yodel.
Hey, Rick's watching. Fluffy.
Fluffy, what's going on, man? I've heard you guys saying not.
What did he say?
Not pleasant to the ears.
ears.
Hey, we're going to do this. It's not going to be pleasant to the ears, but it's going to be fun to watch. It's not going to be good, and it's going to be entertaining, though.
And you get to pick the song.
And you guys pick the songs for us. So I want to know who Les is going to sing. I think Les should do a Buck Cherry song, personally. So you guys tell us. Maybe Crazy Bitch. Maybe it just fits you. We're going to go with Crazy Bitch. What do you guys think? Give me a thumbs up on the Crazy Bitch for Les. Let me hear it. I'm crazy.
No.
No, he's not even going to entertain the. Wow.
We might have to do shots before we come.
I think I want to do an Uncle Cracker song, and I think you should do a Daughtry.
Yeah,
so there you go. You get to choose from
I'll have to pay attention and see.
Buck Cherry, Uncle Cracker, and then Daughtry. Because you can sing a little bit. You just kind of gave it away that you can sing a little bit.
No.
Yeah. So this is going to be a lot of fun.
I know, but I'm going to have to practice all week so I can remember the words.
You get your glasses. We'll get a karaoke version up here
glasses.
so you can see.
I don't know if his glasses
We might
work
need
that
to
good or
get a
not.
bigger TV for me
Yeah,
to
like I
see.
said, bigger TV.
Looks like we're going to need a bigger boat. Oh, wait, that's different. That's Jaws. Anyways, let's see. What else we got? We got the Twinkies Run. That's the beginning of the year. Twinkies Run.
Fourth?
It's going
I
to
wanna say
be.
fourth.
Dude, there's
He's
1,000.
only posted it a
1,000
times. I think I see it
Sponsored by
twice a
attorney
day.
Fran Hosh, 866-LAW-FRAN, lawfran.com.
Now that's all around the bay.
It goes
All the
around
way
the bay.
around it.
There's 1,000 people saying they're going on it. Full Throttle's going to handle the stops and a bike show at the end. There's going to be vendors. I believe we're ending at Quaker Steak and Lube.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Band's playing. It's going to be awesome. If you guys don't know David Moss, man, that guy can put together some rides.
Yes.
He really does a good job at it. We were talking one time, he's like, how do you do this? I kind of gave him an idea. That same day, he calls me back. He goes, I should do this for a living. I got all the stops done, ready to go. Here it is. I'm like, oh, okay. David Moss knows what he's doing when it comes to those bike rides. Has brought us involved with them, so now we're enjoying the fact that that's going to have 1,000 people. That's beginning of the year. That first thing.
First ride of the year.
Yeah.
I know
Nothing else
I
going
want to
on.
say that's not 100% true. There is a January 1st every year ride. I don't know much about it, but I know there's a
Where?
January 1st. Again, I don't know much about it. There's a January 1st ride every year. So not that it's not going to be the biggest, but there is a New Year's Day ride or something like that. I got to look that one up, but there's a New Year's Day ride coming, and then that's January 4th, I want to say, but that's going to be a monster. That's going to be a lot of fun. Last year went and ended at Richards, and they went to capacity. They couldn't get any more people in there.
Too busy.
Richards was way too small for that big of a crowd. And then what else is coming out? You got Gibtown Bike Fest, which is going to be on the cover of Full Throttle magazine for the January issue. You got Gibtown Bike Fest. They got, who do they have? Kentucky Headhunters, and a couple other bands. John, did I send you anything on Gibtown? I don't know if I did or not, if you got something to pull up there. But I know that Gibtown is a lot of fun. We did over at the Showman's Association in Gibsonton, Florida. And always a busy event. Always a great time. Then from Gibtown, you go right to the expo, right?
Yep. right to the
Gibtown,
expo.
Super Bowl, then the expo.
Monster
Thunder Bay.
Jam, all that stuff
Monster
right in there
Jam's
together.
between that same time. What else?
Thunder Bay.
Thunder by the Bay is the weekend after our expo. So the weekend after the expo is Thunder by the Bay, and they're bringing in Warrant. Was it Warrant?
Yeah, Warrant.
Warrant's going to be playing down there, which they're down at the Sarasota Fairgrounds. I like the change to the Sarasota Fairgrounds. Definitely a nice big venue for what they're trying to do. Parking galore. That's the nice stuff about that. In this month's magazine for the expo, I just want to touch base on this. You're going to have, it's going to tell you where car parking's going to be, where bike parking's going to be. You're going to have a lot of information. If you guys have any questions about the Florida Motorcycle Expo, you can call us at 727-935-4875 is our office number. You can go to our website. It's going to have a lot of information on there. Go to our Facebook page. It's going to have a lot of information on there. There's a million ways to get a hold of us. Don't be afraid. If you got a question, ask us. We'll do what we can to answer. We're looking for vendors. Right now, we're probably 60-70% full. We do have some openings. So if you guys want to be a vendor, this year vendors are a little difficult because we
We're only doing this year on vendor wise. Just like last year, there was 4 or 5 different people selling the same things. This year, we're going to do 2 of each. That way, all the vendors has a opportunity to be profitable. You can't do it when you got 4 or 5 of the same thing.
It's tough. I mean, we had like 6 stainless steel jewelry
Yeah,
vendors,
yeah.
and none of them made money.
They just got to get their deposit and their application in before everybody else. That'll secure their
First
spot.
come, first serve.
We are a minute out from having to go. We're also, I'm going to touch base because we're looking for a female co-host because we got 3 ugly dudes up here. We want a pretty woman who knows how to talk motorcycles and isn't afraid to talk on the camera. We were looking for somebody. If you guys know anybody, you know,
Have Friday at noon available.
Yes, Friday at noon. We always do Friday at noon. So if you're available to talk with us, there it is. I don't know how long I need to end this up, but I got the 30-second countdown. Anything, Dan, from you?
Yeah, I told you I wouldn't wear the wig, so you got to find a co-host.
Okay, well,
I'm not
listen,
doing it.
Dan, it's a man. not a
Another
woman.
reason he's probably growing his beard out.
Is that
Don't
what it
worry
is?
about that.
Les, anything? 20 seconds left. What do you want to say?
Merry
Christmas to everybody. Happy New Year. Be safe. A lot of people's off work for the next week. Roads are going to be busy. Just kind of watch what you're doing.
Safe travels if you guys are going out of town. Tell everybody you love them. Merry Christmas to all. And to all,
A good night.
Night.
there we go.
Ride
That
safe.
was a softball right there. Bye, everybody, from Full
See you
Throttle
later.
Vision.